You fed into the lie that there's something blocking your manifestation. And I want to go offer it right now and say, in fact, there is nothing blocking your manifestation besides your acceptance that there is, in fact, something blocking it. Manifestation is perfect. It's absolute. You feed a story to the subconscious mind, it makes said story happen. This idea of blocks comes from outside influence telling you you can't do something, or you looking at what is and saying this can't change until X, Y, or Z happens. This is not the case. And when you remember that manifestation is perfect and use the practice that makes it perfect, whether it's difference, whether it's sexuality, whether it's distance, whether it's finances, regardless of what it is, you will still have your desire. And I want to explain why that's the case in this video so that you can leave confident that whatever is in front of you is just a wall that you need to sledgehammer down. But before we get into that, if you could drop me a like and a comment on this video to push it out on the algorithm and letting me know whether you want more of this kind of content, and click that bell icon when you subscribe to the channel. Now, if you would like some help, skipping the guesswork, skipping the frustration, and having someone who knows what they're doing, holding your hand through this process and getting you the success that many others before you have gotten, then once you finish this video, head down to the description because there's the links to my website where I offer one-to-one services, memberships with exclusive content, free products, and me affirming for you, courses to help you with your self-concept or your specific person, or the academy, which offers all of that and more designed to help you succeed. Now, thank you for your time. Let's get into this video. So the fallacy that we have been fed our entire lives is you must do X to get Y. And if there's something in the way, you either have to work 10 times harder than the person next to you or give up because it's clearly not meant for you. Now, I bought into both of these stories, and while the doing X to get Y did get me some results, it got me nowhere near, night and day difference level of results to when I understood that everything is consciousness and the obstacle I am only seeing in consciousness. So if I remove consciousness from said obstacle must be removed. And this is exactly what happened for me. Now, let me say that in layman's terms, just in case you didn't quite follow what I was saying. This 3D reality is nothing more than a delayed mirror of what your previous thoughts, feelings, and awareness have dwelled upon, thus being fed to your subconscious mind, thus being played out in the delayed mirror. What you consistently think about, what you consistently feel, and what you consistently accept as truth is what builds up the reality that you experience. The reality that you experience is a liquid that will take whatever form of container it's placed in. The container being your consciousness, your thoughts, your feelings, and your awareness. So because of this factor, if you don't like the fact that this reality is taking up a certain shape, that's fine. You can change it because reality is only taking shape of what you accept as true, including the things blocking you. So if we can take a step back and go back into consciousness and see what we desire to be done as done, regardless of what may be in front of you presently, your reality will take that shape, overcoming whatever needs to be done. Because the subconscious mind has near on infinite power. And when something has near on infinite power, everything is infinitely small. So to your limited conscious mind who has been told you must do X to get Y, and if Y can't be done through X, then give up, then of course distance or sexuality or qualifications and things like that, of course, they're going to seem like blocks. But to your subconscious mind who doesn't care about that, merely just says, What are you feeding me? Great, that's what I create. Doesn't matter whether you're certified. It doesn't matter whether you've got enough money. It doesn't matter whether what's another example? Whether there's distance. It makes it happen. It will build the bridge to get you there. Some personal examples. I am not remotely qualified to do HR, a career in HR. I left school, mostly due to pissing around as opposed to lack of intelligence, but I left school with 3 GCSEs. And I got a role in HR, which typically requires you to do well in school and then get some further education and qualifications to get it. I got into HR simply by assuming I had the role regardless of qualifications, previous experience, or anything like that. And my subconscious mind built me the job through getting me into sales first. I spent literally a month in the sales team before, recruitment. I spent literally a month in recruitment before a role opened up in the HR team, which were literally sat across the room from where my recruitment team was. I filled that slot temporarily, did a great job, and they're like, great, we'll just finish the rest of your contract here. And I stayed doing HR for probably another 10 months, I think, with getting my contract extended twice, despite both of those times them saying that they probably wouldn't have funding to extend my contract. Thus, they did so, leading me perfectly, because everything is perfect, everything is absolute with manifestation, leading me perfectly into the financial independence to be able to do what I'm doing now full time. Had my contract ended either of the 2 times it was supposed to, I wouldn't have been able to have afforded at that current moment in time to do this full time, thus needing me to get a new job. But it extended twice, perfectly up to when I was like, you know what? I'm earning enough consistently. I have enough capability. I have enough trust within manifestation to go full time. I haven't looked back since. One example, my Katie manifestation, where she was like, nope, we're not compatible. Everything's opposite. We're not going to work. She switched around. We're here today, child together, living together perfectly. Everything is harmonious. Those are just 2 examples off the top of my head. I could sit here and list hundreds more. But what I'm trying to say to you is that this idea of blocks only exists to you because you accept the possibility of a block, not because it actually is there. You accept the idea that the distance means something, that you have some kind of core belief stopping you, that the religion is in your way. Like, you accept that to be the case, which is what creates it to be the case. It's not because those things are the case that you cannot have your desire. It's because you accept them through thought, feeling, and awareness. You accept them as truth, which must make them play out for you. If from this moment forward, you were to have not a single thought about the distance, that distance would be moved. You will come with your person. If you, from this moment forward, didn't have a single thought about qualifications and only dwelled in the space where you were hired, you'd be hired. There would be a bridge. Something would happen. Whether it turns out that your dad knew someone at a company, they hired you. Whether it was an entry-level job where you didn't need qualifications, you got the job, they entered you, you continued on from there. There are possibilities. If you can conceptualize the possibility, you can have it, and there's a possibility that exists there. So this idea of blocks, from a human-to-human perspective, I empathize. I know what it's like being told, oh, you've got tattoos, you'll never be hired there. Oh, you're this, you'll never get a job doing that. Oh, you're not her type, she'll never be interested in you. I know what it's like to hear other people say you can't do it. And I know what it's like to sit there thinking, from your own perspective, I can't do it. But let me tell you, that is the human side of you. That's forgetting the much greater side of you, which is your inner God, your inner goddess, who utilizes the power of creation through consciousness and consciousness creating reality is a perfect replica. Meaning what's in consciousness plays out perfectly. So when you can let go of that human side for just a moment and go inward and see yourself in that job, see yourself with that person, see yourself with that money, and you choose to accept that as your truth instead of whatever is blocking you, that, my dear friend, is when you start tearing down that wall, sledgehammering the shit out of it to make way for you having what you desire. Because if it's worked for other people, if other people have gotten exceptional things through exceptional means, you can too. None of us at our core are any different. We may have our human experience built up through different traits, personalities, and backgrounds, but nonetheless, all of us are consciousness in physical form. All of us are a god or a goddess having a human experience, learning to redirect that inner god or goddess again. You and I are no different. You can create your reality through thought, feeling, and awareness. I do the same now, which is why it may seem like everything's going well for me and you're still trying to find the answers. But let me tell you, the answer is this. You already have it. You just have to accept that as your truth and let anything that says the opposite of that fall to the wayside. When you can do that, nothing will stop you. Nothing at all. No qualifications, no distance, no this is my type of guy or girl. Nothing will stop you from having what you want. So this is why there are no blocks. Because the blocks are you accepting that there's a block, not the block itself. The block itself is just a hologram put up in this physical reality. But if the physical reality is created by what's going on in here, then you can recreate that physical reality without that hologrammed block. And that's exactly what I want you to do from now. So if you've enjoyed this video, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you want to skip the guesswork, if you want to succeed just like many more before you and many more will after you, head down to my website, which is in the description. Check out some of my services. We can either work together one-to-one, and you will work with me, nobody else, and I can give you tailored expertise on your situation. Or there's some self-study stuff through the courses or the exclusive content in the memberships in the courses section. Or if you want all of it, courses, working with me directly, me manifesting for you, all the exclusive content, the Master Manifestor Development Program, and more, then there is the Elite Academy. And right now, my elitists in the Academy are doing exceptionally well. From selling their highest costing products, to kicking ass with their self-concept, to movement with their specific person, and more. It's all available there. So thank you very much for being here. I look forward to working with you in the future. But for now, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.